G'day, Luckiest Baarrsted in Australia here. The old retired Jeffrey Meikle. Now before I start on this video, I'd just like to say something about my attire. You see, I'm wearing one of the vast selection I've got of Lowe's polo shirts. I've got my street jeans on, my New Balance wide fitting trainers, and my 12-year-old wind cheater under this beautiful denim apron that I got for Christmas from Michelle McMahon and family. Just thought I'd mention that because I'm retired, you know, just in case you hadn't noticed. Now, tonight what we got is Crazy Mary's chili. We got Adrian Mary behind the camera. It's her recipe. We got this from Barry Duran in Atlanta in 1998. Barry, we're still using it, mate. And we've got it written down in a special little wee book here. All right. So the first thing it says to do, I'll just turn on the machine while we're doing this. Get up to speed. You got to combine chili, salt, pepper, which we've done here. Then you've got to set it aside. So I'm going to just set it aside there. Okay. Step one done. Thanks. Now, we've got to cook it off in butter, so we put a little splash of oil in first, float the butter on. We've got a special, thin little bit of butter there.
Well, especially if you've got oil in it.
So the oil's there to stop the butter burning, just in case you're wondering. So here is some film of butter melting. You've heard the expression butter wouldn't melt in your mouth? Well, there you go. We've had a big week. It's Thursday today. Monday, the old mate Jimbo, Sunday night, so he departed this earth. A very, very sad loss. More to come on that one. Glasses on the head. Now this is a combination of onions, mushrooms and celery. So we're just going to put that in there like that. Okay? And I know this is the bit that you've all been waiting for. I'm going to select the old wooden spoon and say, "G'day, Luckiest Baarrsted in Australia here." Give this a bit of
What's the quantities of the onion, celery and mushroom?
The quantity, Christ, here we go. 2 cups of sliced mushrooms, 1 cup of chopped onion and 1 cup of celery. I think I might just take that to 600. For my money, I'd have a bit more butter in there, but that's okay. So we'll let this cook through for a while, about 10 minutes actually. A bit of moisture will come out of that, and that'll be very, very nice. So, we'll go clear temporarily. Okay, here we are. The stuff in there is sweated off, which is the onion, mushroom, and all that. So we're now going to put in the mince. So this is the mince. Whoop, in you go. Give it a nice big bloody chop. Now this is the chili, what was it? Chili,
Salt and black pepper.
Chili, salt, pepper, which we set aside. Look at it down here, love. I just want to set it aside. Now I'm going to put it back to here and bring it to here and put about 1/4 of that in. So that'll, I think that's 1/4. Pretty close to.
What's that? 2 tablespoons.
Yep, whatever. we cook her off a bit. I like to give this mince a good chop as it goes through so it doesn't get lumpy. Nothing worse than lumps in your mince. Nothing worse than lumps in anything really, especially your trousers.
God.
What I've done is just to set aside, I'll put the mince, I'll put all the stuff over here while I'm just cooking off the mince a little bit. Chopping it up, chopping it through, just turn it over a little bit, get a bit of colour on it, then as it colours up a bit, I'll gradually put this stuff through it. Get it cooked off, it's very nice. I don't want lumpy mince. I don't want lumpy anything.
Look at that me.
I want you. But you got the recipe. Which we got from Barry.
You already said that.
I mean, Barry, you there? I'm up here. I'm down here. I'm up here. Barry Duran is a good friend of ours. Even though we haven't seen him for a few years, you know, you're still a good mate. And there's plenty of chili recipes around, but because we got this one from a special bloke in Atlanta, Georgia, Tucker actually, he's one of that suburb, it means something, doesn't it, my darling?
It does.
It does.
Definitely.
It means something. And that's why we like it so much.
I want to put the temp up a little bit.
Temp up? Oh, Christ. Look at that. Temp's up. I had the lid on temp, not the lid off temp. That's all right. 800 watts, I reckon, is a good temperature for this sort of thing. While that's just doing that, I'll just read the recipe. Quarter chili powder, about stir in remaining chili mixture, tomatoes, water, sugar, and sauce. What sauce is that? Oh, the Worcestershire sauce. Cover partially. Simmer for 10 minutes. Add beans. And simmer 10 minutes. Wow, we'll get to all that in a minute. Oh, look at this. I might just have a look at the ingredients. What's in here, love?
The bones.
The bones. They're black, those
Kidney beans.
kidney beans. All right. A lot of little kidney beans in there. Worcestershire sauce. A special sugar dispenser, which is now getting in touch low.
That's all you need.
That's all we need anyway. Peeled tomatoes, and bullies. The rest of a touch of water here. We're travelling well, love. Travelling well. Now, what do you reckon? This is your recipe. Tell me what to do. Tell me where to go.
Another couple of minutes for that.
A couple of minutes for that. In that case,
We'll not come back.
we'll go clear. Yeah. Right, we're good to go?
Yep.
Good. All right, we're about to add the rest of the stuff. I reckon I might chuck in the rest of the chili powder. All that gear. And I might even sort of... to get in there, you. Roll that around a bit to activate that dry ingredient. Get everything coated in it. Oh, it's a nice smell. Beautiful. What next now, my darling? Tomatoes? Tomatoes or beans? It doesn't matter.
Or put the sauce and the sugar in.
Sauce and the sugar. How much is this? Couple of shakes?
Yeah.
Couple of shakes.
Teaspoon
One.
or something.
2. Sugar.
Yep. About a teaspoon.
Two.
Tomatoes.
Hey?
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. There. Put tomatoes in. Got the fried green tomatoes, the red canned tomatoes. And we need to get that water, stick it in the tomato can, give it a swirl around, because that way I'll get all that stuff out of the can. Oh, beans.
You just break up the tomatoes a little bit.
Break up tomatoes. And they say that breaking up is hard to do, but it's not really. You just do that. Neil Sedaka got it wrong. Get that? There's a little music joke thrown in there, enough.
Very amusing.
Don't take your love away from me. Don't you leave my heart in misery. This chili is almost done. Breaking up is hard to do.
Bit out of tune.
Hey?
A little bit out of tune.
Oh, bloody hell. The camera person and the music adjudicator. What, beans?
Yep.
Whack some beans in.
Drained beans.
Drained beans. I'm getting drained following this bloody recipe, you know, with beans. So I better have a scotch. Happy days. Stir her up. And when I was at a bubble,
Well, I think you just, till it reduces a bit.
reduces a bit. Okay. Well, I might just put it on the old reducing temperature. This looks very, very good, my darling. This is good old Adrian Mary Meekle's recipe.
You hear about the Mary?
That we got. Crazy Mary's chili. It's actually not her recipe, it's a recipe she uses. Crazy Mary's chili. Picked up in Atlanta, Georgia from my good friend Barry Duran. This is the Luckiest Baarrsted in Australia doing the Barry Duran tribute. Crazy Mary chili. Alright? And that's what it looks like thus far. Let's get on the bubble. And what's the accompaniment they're having with this, my darling?
Cheese, melted cheese, and sour cream.
Melted cheese, sour cream.
And wraps or
You can
whatever.
get wraps or get your
Bread
crackers
roll or
and
whatever.
bread, toasted crunchy bread, which I like, or crunch your crackers in there. But that's it. And we're pretty happy with that. From the book. The special book, the special recipe book. Woo! Alright,
So we have lid half on for
so we'll go clear while it's bubbles and have a drinky.